tonight.
Set to go now on a wet and rainy night. And off we go from Seattle. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he fends him off. Fighting through, and he's got space. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Back to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Draymond Jones. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Second and long. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
Brandon, I know he isn't at the status of some of the elite names in this league, but I do know he's an absolute fighter because he's heard all the criticism. He's read the articles that say he isn't good enough to be the starter, and he a
fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
That's what I'm talking about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. 1 play, touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved. And that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A give for Taylor running right side. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2nd and 9. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Taylor is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Taylor again. And he's going to lose yardage again as he is stuck behind the line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. I can hear you. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And going right back to Walker. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now to the ground, here's Walker. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's caught left side by Judy. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 16. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught by Judy. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right, and he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep him out of the end zone as the first half winds.
Touchdown! Tyler Lockett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. This 2nd and 4. They run once more with Taylor. Oh, he sheds himself free. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Jonathan Taylor, as the first half is winding down. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap. especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. This is Fant on the short completion. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
They'll throw now on the final play. And that is incomplete.
So we have reached only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs, so excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
105 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. 1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year. 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020s, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Again, it's Taylor.
That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw.
He'll find Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as a tackle made up at the 48-yard line.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted.
Down the left sideline.
And they will score a pick-6 for the Texans TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick-6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards.
And there's not a quarterback in the league that will ever complain about having small receivers like a Tyreek Hill or a Cooper Kupp who can find a seam, have good vision, and get open. But when you're throwing downfield like this, you want a big, tall receiver who can go.
And he lost the football. And the Texans, there he goes, right side. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Draymond Jones.
Able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Completes it to Fant on the right side. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. All right. They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
On 2nd down, it's Sermon.
There he goes, left side.
Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Houston.
Trey Sermon, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They'll set up a throw. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Aaron Donald showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. He'll drop to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now back to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett.